As Taiwan enjoyed its economic boom in the 80s and 90s, obscene amount of trash was also produced. Due to wastage and lack of recycling, the trash quickly overwhelmed the country's landfills, while people protested against building more landfills and incinerators. Amidst the conflict, Master Zhen Yin called out to her supporters to actualize Tzu Chi's environmental mission, which eventually solved the problem and also transformed Taiwan's people.
In Taiwan, problems of waste management often made headlines between 80s and 90s.
Back then, no one sorted the trash. Everything was just lumped together and thrown into the trash bin. Actually, there are no trash bins back then. People just dumped their trash at the trash collection points.
Formerly a senior specialist at the Taichung Environmental Protection Bureau, Luo still remembers that landfills were quickly running out of room, while people protested against building new ones.
No one tried to reduce their trash by sorting. By throwing everything into a landfill, of course it will run out of room quickly. Back then, finding a new landfill was very difficult.
A night market littered with trash after the closing hour was very common then. In 1990, when Master Zhen Yin gave a speech in Taichung, she was inspired to address the problem. However, people did not know much about conservation and recycling back then. Despite the master's call, most were not sure just exactly what they can do.
When I heard the master asking us to use the hands that we use to clap to recycle, I went home and decided to put the thought into action.
Only in her 20s back then, young Pei San began collecting old newspaper and metal cans and donated the proceeds from selling the recyclables to Tzu Chi. She was the first of Tzu Chi's recycling volunteers. Next year, Tzu Chi volunteer Juan Suzhen also established the first Tzu Chi recycling point, just outside of her home in Taichung's Limin Xinchun.
I led by setting an example. I established a recycling point just outside my home. My neighbors then automatically brought theirs here. This was the first recycling point.
However, starting something new is always difficult. At the time, there weren't enough volunteers, and transporting the recyclables was also a problem. Most importantly, some neighbors didn't agree with the idea.
Some of my neighbors complained about seeing heaps of trash right outside their doorway, so we moved and moved. In total, we relocated 4 times. We also didn't have the car to transport the recyclables or the manpower to sort the trash.
With changes in time, Tzu Chi's environmental mission faced different obstacles and criticisms. Overcoming one challenge after the next, the mission began to build up momentum as people became more environmentally conscious. Soon, littering decreased significantly in Taiwan.
The Tzu Chi Foundation devoted a lot of time and effort to promote recycling and waste reduction. Now, 20 to 30 years later, most Taiwanese have come to embrace these ideas.
Though times have changed, waste continues to be produced. Thus, there will be no end to environmental protection. Only by everyone doing their part and endorsing conservation can people continue to enjoy a clean environment.